Uh, Good morning, my dear audience. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. The topic to be discussed here concerning of multilateralism. The concept is about multilateralism. Multilateralism as a concept can be defined as a process or an agreement reached out by two or more states coming together to sign the agreement into laws. Example of multilateralism, directly we talk of UN. UN is the principal organ advocating for international peace and security. The structure of the UN. When we talk of structure of the UN, we are talking of a General Assembly, Security Council, General Assembly, and etc. So, and when we come to an example of multilateralism in a historical perspective, we are talking of the end of conventions. The Westphalian Treaty in 1648 that brought an end to 30-year war in Europe. A dispute or a conflict between the Romans, Catholics, and the Protestants. Westphalian Treaty came up with the principles of giving principles of sovereignty, equality of the states, and independence of the state in its geographical territory and territorial integrity. These are the principles of Westphalian Treaty, and it is the establishment of a modern states diplomacy in 1648. Directly to multilateralism. When we talk of multilateralism, we are talking of establishment of the organizations that are advocating for collective decisions to resolve the issues of the international concerns. These organizations could be World Bank, World Trade Organizations, IMF, and many more. NATO. Attack on one is attack on all. These are the alliances made in Western, made by Western European countries. NATO was established in 1955 with the objectives guaranteeing states' survivals and its security in the Western Europe. When you attack one nation, then you are attacking all Western European countries that are being members to the NATO. When we talk of multilateralism in that manner, we being a foreign only to the UN. UN is the international systems. UN in the international systems has to come up with the policies that are advocating for the world peace and security, preventions of conflict, resolving global and international concerns, global issues and international concerns like terrorism, cyber threats. These are the emerging issues in the international system. and health care. For the UN is the beacon of hope by the other nation, that these collective decisions making in international affairs will bring an end to the pressing issues affecting the international systems. All these hopes are given into the hand of UN, but UN is not advocating for what it is meant for to do. That's why the future of multilateralism is predicting that there is need for the UN to be reformed, particularly the structures of the UN, to represent the view of the voices of the other member states and the UN Security Council and General Assembly and the other specialized agencies, organizations in the UN structures. This is the future of multilateralism that we need to reform. Reform in whatever fields: politics, economics. These are the issues need to be addressed by the UN in the international systems. International laws, in particular, need to be the charter, the UN Charter established in 1945, need to be what? To be fixed. We always hear that UN is toothless. UN is toothless. Why? UN has to come up with the policies, strong policies. Come up with the strict rules. If each and every nation violates human rights directly, those actors, the leaders in that geographical area, will be brought into books. UN need to strengthen its fields. Economics fields, it has to be. UN has to maximize its economies and policies to be on top, because it could be on top of all these hegemonic powers to make a decision. Apart from the United States of America, as a unipolar actor, we need UN to rise above the United States of America, because we have seen the major powers' behaviors in the international systems. When they fail to achieve their national interests, they take laws into their own hands and use force. They use power such that they achieve their interests, their national interests, which is not the case here. The UN need to rise above the United States of America. We have seen the United States of America dominating the world in terms of power. Power could be military might, military technology advancement, economic advancement, and politics or foreign policies of America are very strong. That is why he dominates the world stage. So we need UN to rise above. For the future of the United States, United Nations, we have seen a shifting in the systems. The shift from unipolar world to multipolarity I've seen the emerging powers like China, Russia, emerging powers. I talk of China, not Russia. China and India, South America, South Africa, Japan, Iran, Israel. These countries, they are emerging as the powerful state. If they are not well managed in the international stage, there will be a major security threat into the international system. So we need UN to balance all these powers, bring them into the UN Charter, established in 1945, and all these nations be abiding by all this, by international laws. International law cannot be an option in the sovereign state. It will be the basic laws to be adopted by each and every individual states in its geographical territory. So this is how I see the future of multilateralism. So all these organizations, IMF, World Bank, there is need reforms in the international system. Trade imbalances in terms of World Trade Organization, regulations of trade, and all these imbalances need to be brought to an end and be reestablished to meet the demands of each and every individual member states to the UN. All the international actors or regional actors should got a seat or membership in the UN Security Council and other departments, specialized agencies in the UN and in the UN structures. All the structures of UN need to be reformed and to expand membership in the UN Security Council, not only 5 members to make a well decision. This veto need to be limited and need to be restricted in the scenarios or situations of genocide. We need quick actions to be taken by the UN Security Council to resolve the certain issues in geographical area like genocide. The delay on making decisions brought a massacre and the violations of human rights. So we need you to be quick when making decisions on the pressing issues. So America, as the realist, shifting away from the liberalism, use maximum force to scare the other nations when it needs to achieve its own objectives. So, to conclude, protectionism policies that has been established by the United States of America violating the liberalism economies is not a good idea for America to establish, because I've seen America is advocating for democracy but they abolish now the liberal principles, adopting the protectionism policies that are advocating for the encouragement of imports and discourage exports, which means America don't want to cooperate with the other nations or the international companies in the field of trade. It raises high tariffs. It regulates businesses, which are the systems that have been abolished from the past. The capitalism systems was being established by America. The Western world was a free market economy. You have to make trades with other in the other geographical territory. But now America is establishing economic nationalism. This is a populist idea, a protectionism idea, abolishing the principle of liberalism, using might, military might, using force, using economic force, using military force. So this is a major shift, and this has come as a result of the rivalry between China and the United States of America, fearing of the possessions of power. China is fearing America, and America is fearing of China. That's why there is mistrust among them. So, as I say that I'm concluding this, the veto powers needs to be limited, and America must rise above America or the other hegemonic power or powerful actor, to regulate them, to balance their power, such that we'll live in the international peace and its stability. Thank you very much. I'm Santino Konajak, presenting this topic. Thank you.